What do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
The Pinky and the Brain. Around town, swerving in the suburban thing with grain. So under the wheel, running back clock, produce some songs, spin on these, rolling on blunts, I'm in the shake.
Run to the lighthouse. Run to the lighthouse.
Walk to the lighthouse, sit down, I ain't like y'all. King on sevens, I done bled through every trial. Sword on my back, axe on my back. I just want my ankles, you can keep your plaques. Don't start calling cash, BT, that's fact. DMV, ain't no faking, we ain't cut like that. Hey, he dropped from the heavens, landed in the dirt. Halo on tilt, but I still did the work. Prayers in the kitchen, pain on the stove. Every scar on my body is a story I wrote. Trials and tribulations, all on my name, still waiting on revelations. Truth in the flame, I mean, ain't young angels, I'm a man, I'm breath. Test me, try me, that's a gamble with death. Yeah, welcome to the lighthouse, sit down, I ain't like y'all. King on sevens, I done bled through every trial. Sword on my back, axe on my back. I just want my ankles, you can keep your plaques. Don't succumb to cash, PG, that's fact. DMV, ain't no faking, we ain't cut like that. I protect mine first, that's the only command. Family in the circle, I'ma die where I stand. Stepping through the county like a walk-in prayer. Every hater in the rear, they just think cold hell. I don't chase that trophy, I want roots, not fame. Give me land, give me love, keep your golden name. From the block to the clouds, I done paved my lane. When they spell out greatness, they gon' write my name. Whoa! Welcome to the lighthouse, sit down, I ain't like y'all. King on sevens, I done bled through every trial. Sword on my back, axe on my back. I just want my ankles, you can keep your plaques. Lost of chronic cans, PG, that's fact. DMV, ain't no faking, we ain't cut like that. Hey.
Run to the lighthouse.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, okay. Welcome to the lighthouse, sit down, I ain't like y'all. King on sevens, I done bled through every trial. Sword on my back, hey. Axe on my back, hey. I just want my anchors, you could keep your plaques. Hey. Don't start cutting kins, PG, that's fact. Hey. DMV ain't no faking, we ain't cut like that. Hey. Don't start cutting kins, PG, that's fact. Hey. DMV ain't no faking, we ain't cut like that. Hey. 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 Drop from the heavens, landed in the dirt. Halo on tilt, but I still did the work. Prayers in the kitchen, paint on the stove. Every scar on my body is a story I wrote. Trials and tribulations, all on my name. Still waiting on revelations. Truth in the flame, I'm beyond angels. I'm a man, I'm brave. Test me, try me, that's a gamble with death. Welcome to the lighthouse, sit down, I ain't like y'all. King on sevens, I done bled through every trial. Sword on my back, axe on my back. I just want my anchors, you can keep your plaques. Don't start counting kins, PG, that's fact. DMV ain't no faking, we ain't cut like that. Don't start counting kins, PG, that's fact. DMV ain't no faking, we ain't cut like that. I protect mine first, that's the only command. Family in the circle, I'ma die where I stand. Stepping through the county like a walk-in prayer. Every hater in the rear, they just think cold air. I don't chase that trophy, I want roots, not fame. Give me land, give me love, keep your golden name. From the block to the clouds, I done paved my lane. When they spell out greatness, they gon' write my name. Ooh. Welcome to the lighthouse, sit down, I ain't like y'all. King on sevens, I done bled through every trial. Sword on my back, axe on my back. I just want my anchors, you can keep your plaques. Don't start counting kings, PG, that's fact. DMV ain't no faking, we ain't cut like that. Don't start counting kings, PG, that's fact. DMV ain't no faking, we ain't cut like that.
All right, all right, all right. Much respect to the family. Respect. Welcome back to another episode of Smitty's Corner, aka Lighthouse underscore 301. Give yourself a big round of applause. All right, now we got something to talk about, man. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I am disturbed. I'm disturbed because I'm getting older. I'm disturbed by this, right? Shout out. Okay. Got new people in the building. Much respect to you. I appreciate you for sliding through, beloved. We should have a good show today. I got to do this early because I have a few things I got to get done that's very important. I got to go back part of the process of, Mr. Bionic, man. So I got to go all the way back out B-more real quick, right? So I got like an hour and a half drive to do. So I'm going to get this done right now. The youngest OG in the building. I see you in the building, Riaz. Shout out to you. So before we get started, I always have to ask you, how are you? How was your headspace? And how's this day so far been treating you? Just in case nobody else asked you. You smell me now? Respect. Nancy, if you would be so kind and hit my theme song, please. Thank you, Nancy. I appreciate it. All right. So I am disturbed. What I want to know about what we're getting ready to look at is this. Is this the fault of society, or is this the fault of the household? Is the household failing our children? Now, one thing I can say as a father myself, right? Baby girl upstairs right now. One thing I can say now, my daughter, she's a senior. She's 18 now. She's a senior. And she's always amazed me, her reading comprehension. But you want to know why? Her mother actually used to sit down and read with her. She loves story time. Story time was her thing, right? All right, boom. She also had a lot of games that we would play that were more interactive for her to use her mind. For example, I have a video where I think it's on my Instagram or my Facebook, one of the two. And it's some years back, and I'm trying to help her with her math. She was having a hard time with math. So you know what I did? I took an old school game like marbles. That's right. We went to the arts and crafts store. I got marbles, the actual set. Yeah, with the big shooter and everything, right? And she's actually pretty good at it. So we're sitting there playing marbles. And what I did was the marbles that were color coded, I gave each marble a point. So like blue would be 5, clear would be 10, red would be 15, whatever, right? And then however many marbles she collected, I had her add up her points. That's how we used to do it. So it wasn't just a game we would play. It would be actually educationally interactive as well. But this is what I want us to look. This right here. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and let me hit my disclaimer as soon as I find it. Let me hit my disclaimer for this one. All right, so look, we getting ready to watch this video because y'all know me. I ain't gonna talk too long. I ain't gonna hold you because for real, I gotta make this live a little speedy, right? So don't mind me if it seems like I'm rushing through. Look, I'm disturbed about this because I'm getting older. And as I gracefully reach into my classic days of life, I would love to know that I can depend on the ones who came up behind me. I'm showing you all what the possibilities of the headspace of our future leaders, doctors, those who are going to be overseeing your body when you're bedridden. That's what scares me. Let's go ahead and get into it. And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. The time right now is 9:18 a.m. East Coast Standard Time. And I thank you all so much for tuning in. Let's go ahead and listen to this. It's very interesting if you think about it. Now, I'm not going to lie. When they get to the one teacher that got the parents sending in the messages, I ain't gonna lie, that's just like funny. Let's go.
Gen Alpha still can't read. It's not getting better, it's getting worse. And it's not just Gen Alpha.
And real quick, that's another thing I meant to say. All these generations, I stopped at, what's that, X or Z or something like that. I Gen Alpha. Now we have a Gen Alpha. That's how far down the line it's gone. We got Gen Alpha now. Crazy.
Can't read. It's that Gen Alpha has the brain power of a South American hippopotamus.
They're feral, they can't read, they're crazy.
People are putting screens in front of their children instead of books, and that is leading to not just a lack of literacy, but a lack of confidence and a great deal of anxiety.
Like, they don't know how to put things away, they don't know common decency.
Having to teach and work with you guys as children has been the most traumatic experience of my life.
Their future could be at risk if something doesn't change fast.
They don't have the neural connections firing to understand anything, even slightly abstract. And one of those things is reading. So reading is not the problem. Reading is a symptom of Gen Alpha not being able to think. When Gen Alpha gets a paragraph, they don't even know what the paragraph was about. They don't know what a paragraph is.
You know, I was a little disturbed. There are quite a few things that I was listening to, and you know, like my nephews and them, they'll go ahead and slide by, right? And when they slide by, there's just some things I'll talk to them and ask them, and I'm like, you don't know what that is? Like, I'd be shocked. I'm like, but y'all so smart in other ways. So remember, for a while now, there has been a lot of talk about how the younger generation is so much more advanced than us. And I was one of the few people that actually was saying, no, they're not. No, they're not. They just know how to, like, jailbreak phones better, and they know video games better. They know apps better. That's what they know better. But as far as like really knowing how to critically think, I believe that the overstimuli up here is really hindering the learning process in its entirety. Let's keep on going. Like it's giving them an involuntary arrested development, right? Now again, this is the generation, depending on how old you are. This is the generation that's coming up, right, behind us. This is the generation that's going to have to wipe your butt one day. This is the generation that's going to be our leaders. This is the generation that's going to be in our military. This is the generation that's going to be a part of medicine, right? Your surgery. Let's go.
Fifth graders with significant language-based learning disabilities could write better than non-disabled seventh graders can now. They can't write a sentence. They don't know what state they live in. They don't know what region of the country they're in. They have no background knowledge. Most of them don't know who the president is. They can't even attend to a 3-minute video clip. I can play it. I can tell them what it's going to be about.
As much as people be cussing out Trump, I'm surprised at that one. Let's see what you say right here, Riaz. Mr. Seven, however, I do struggle with spiritual awareness. Or do you mean spiritual? Did you mean to put spiritual awareness? But I am working on it slowly and improving. I don't know. I hope I said that word right. If you did spell it right, it may be a word I'm not hip to. That's what's up though. No, keep on going. You just, that's all I ever tell people. Just keep going. Whatever it is, you know, that's of a benefit for you. Just keep going. Just keep going.
I can summarize what the video did, and not a single one can tell me what the video was about.
When Gen Alpha has to use a computer, they can't even use a mouse because they're just so used to using apps that they have the computer literacy of elderly grandparents.
These kids didn't understand the differences between an upload or a download or a desktop and a laptop computer.
I'm shocked at that. I thought that was their go-to. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was their go-to. I am genuinely shocked at that. I mean struggle outside awareness. Oh, okay. You struggle with outside situational awareness. There are a lot of different methods you can do, Riaz, to go ahead and correct that, or let's say to improve on that, right? To correct and improve, as a matter of fact. We can talk about that some other time. Maybe I can do a show about that and it's more relevant. But let's go ahead and let's keep on rocking out right here. But I actually I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little thrown off because I could have sworn that was the number one thing that they were good at, is at least the computers. So even for somebody like myself, this right here, nah, man, this is a shock. Let's go ahead. Let's rock out.
Computer, or when she was trying to tell a girl to, click on a screen share icon, she actually physically picked up the mouse and tried to move it, like the early days of the internet. But it's so unfathomable. Like, it's been around for so long. We all know to slide it. A bunch of teachers were sounding off saying that, yeah, a lot of kids don't even know how to type properly. A lot of them don't know how to search or use search engines. They don't know how to use the internet. They only know how to use apps. I use TikTok to promote my writing. It is in my bio. The comment section will still be flooded with people asking where they can read it.
Did you catch that? Gen Alpha has been so hippopotamusified that an influencer will say, click the link in my bio.
I am so not tech savvy. I really do have the computer literacy, like I'll say better than the average grandparent. All right. I'm not that good at this. I'm learning more and more and more as I go, right? But even myself, I know what an upload and a download is, right? When you upload is to deposit, right? Look at it like a bank account. It's to deposit. To download is to withdraw. Like you download the app, you're receiving the app. I don't know. This is scary.
And Gen Alpha will be like, where is a bio? What is a link? Like, when influencer slang is too advanced for you, when Brent Rivera is like Shakespeare to you, you know we're cooked. We're in more trouble than a daycare run by P. Diddy, okay?
Sean Diddy Combs.
The video you're about to watch is so sad. Gen Alpha can't even read a clock. And then finally, there's a bit of hope. It looks like there's gonna be some Gen Alpha kids who can read a clock. And then of course, it turns out they can read it because they're not Gen Alpha.
What time does this clock show?
This clock shows.
What time does this clock show?
Now you gotta be kidding me. Let's go ahead and make this bigger. You playing, right? Listen what the third chick say.
I don't know. I can't read Roman numerals like that.
Run that shit back. Run it back.
Run by P. Diddy, okay?
Sean Diddy Combs.
The video you're about to watch is so sad. Gen Alpha can't even read a clock. And then finally, there's a bit of hope. It looks like there's gonna be some Gen Alpha kids who can read a clock. And then of course, it turns out they can read it because they're not Gen Alpha.
What time does this clock show?
This clock shows.
What time does this clock show?
I don't know. I can't read Roman numerals like that.
Did she just say she can't read Roman numerals like that?
What time does this clock show?
Oh, it says 1:25. 1:25.
Let's get through this commercial. Yeah, this is sad. This is sad. Let's go.
So look, right now Gen Alpha is the subject of my YouTube videos. They're destroying the school system, but they haven't entered the workforce yet. What happens when we don't have Gen Alpha to make YouTube videos about, when Gen Alpha isn't just making teachers quit in school, but Gen Alpha becomes adults and they bring their lack of literacy to the adult workforce? So you'll have Gen Alpha epidemiologists who think that you need to study for a COVID test. You'll have Gen Alpha football players who think a quarterback is a refund. And you'll have Gen Alpha influencers who don't know what link in bio means. Like, I swear, it wasn't this bad when I made my first Gen Alpha video. Now Gen Alpha can't even read instructions.
They would literally take the packet and be like, raise their hand, I don't know what to do. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know what to do? The first thing I asked them, did you read the instructions? They'd be like, oh, no.
That is too good. Hey, what do I do? Did you read the instructions?
Now, this is what I'm saying. I personally, I come from the days of figure it out. I come from the days of figure that shit out. Respect to you, beloved. I got round two. I said, I gotta do this live early, Jen. I know you've been invested, keeping up with your boy. I'm going back over to Baltimore, so I'm about to get more of this process done today. So yeah, so that's why I got to get this done now. And this is what's scaring me. One day, Jen, you, me, and all of us are going to have to depend on these kids. And these kids don't know how to read. which I don't know. I got an issue with that because my daughter is immaculate with it. So that's why I'm asking the question: is it the school system or is it the parents? Now, watch this. We're going to hear a little bit of both as to which one is it. Let's keep on going just to catch you up.
Oh, no.
I had some student ask me how to pronounce the word abbreviation and then ask me what that meant. One girl didn't know what segregated meant. So I was just like, y'all are like 12, 13 and don't know what segregated means, don't know what an abbreviation is.
They can't even write their full name.
I ain't gonna lie. I was like, I'm 43 now. I was like 40 when I finally learned what Lincoln Bio meant. I didn't know what that meant. See, that's the thing. You already hit to this bullshit. What is a Gen Alpha? And then, so who's next? Omega? Omega gotta be next. Omega, who? What? Generation Sci-Fi? This is crazy. Gen Alpha believes that because of the event of 9/11 is the reason we created the emergency.
Because I hate you coward ass niggas. You a punk ass nigga. Whose mess is this?
You put him on the TV.
Go home!
Bro, don't.
Go home! Go home!
I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone.
This kindergarten teacher, and she made like a little slideshow with things that, you know, the children need to know before they come into kindergarten. Make sure they know how to read and write their names. If that got in the comment section, a woman's gonna say, this is why I'm homeschooling my children. This is not like developmentally like appropriate tasks for their ages. What the fuck are y'all doing in the house that your child doesn't know how to read their name and write their name by 5?
Your name's Daniel.
Yeah.
Josue Daniel.
Does anybody remember? I personally remember. Yeah, I think I was right around 5 or 6. Yeah, right around first grade. I knew how to write in cursive. Now watch this one too. I learned how to write in cursive at least by like, which turned out to be worthless in society. I don't know why they was teaching us something we're not allowed to use on job applications or anything formal, but I learned how to write cursive by at least 4th, 5th grade. I mean, I learned cursive before I got to middle school, let alone high school. I developed and perfected my signature, I say by around the 10th grade. I had a signature. You know how many kids nowadays, they don't have like a signature. Not knowing how to spell your name and write it, a signature, like that's dying out. A lot of them just writing their name out. You ain't got a signature. I perfected that. Like, cause see, I always wanted to be like, you know what I'm saying, a hip hop artist at first. So I was practicing it, right? I was practicing autographs. So, you know what I'm saying? Like that's where I was with it. Hey, yeah, right here. Yep. I knew how to write yeah, exactly. You already got it. You got it, Jen. You smell me now. You know what I'm saying? Like that, most of us, that's how, I mean, really, plus a lot of us was latchkey kids and everything. So like we had to grow. I mean, not had to, but a lot of us mentally developed a lot faster than what it is that we even recognized at first. Just like the young OG out there in the audience, just like the young OG, he's advanced of his time. Let's keep on listening.
I have kids constantly asking me, how do I spell window? How do I spell important?
Okay, real quick. I'm starting to see a pattern here. Are there any straight men teachers? I'm sorry. I'm seeing a pattern here. It's the second male teacher.
How do I spell though? And they be serious. They're dead serious.
Hey, Robbie. Hey.
Does he know about the D-O-R-E?
We used to forge our fact. I'm not proud. But yep. because we actually looked at, and you know what? I looked at out of the two, which one mine's is closer to. It's closer to my father's. My mother has closer to that. I don't know what it is about women when y'all write. It's always bubbly. It's something about it rounds out a lot. It's a lot of bubble like. It's a lot of bubble like. You know what I'm saying? Like I wonder that. You know what I mean? So yeah. That oh shoot, almost knocked that. Nah, but I used to go ahead and I would do my father's signature. Yeah, nah, yeah. Oh yeah. We keeps it all the way a thou while over here. You know what I'm saying? There's no shame or nothing. It's just a simple fact of I just noticed the pattern. But I think it might be because the other dude that comes up, he seems to be pretty good. And don't mind me, I crack my jokes. Let's get it.
Huh? The door.
What's so scary about that video and all the other ones is you think, okay, there's some Gen Alpha kids who are a few sandwiches short of a picnic, if you know what I mean. But surely...
Hold on. Slow down, Riaz. You remember when we talked about that situational awareness, right? All right, Riaz, you know what I'm saying? She knew over here. You can't just jump out the gate like that, Riaz. You gotta walk it down. You don't hawk it down. You walk it down if that's the mission, Riaz. Riaz, my man. Okay, all right. I'm always pull your coattail, Aki. I got you.
There's got to be some bright shining stars of the Gen Alpha community, but the thing is, I can't find any. I can't find any videos of Gen Alpha teachers going,
you know what? It's not that bad.
Or a teacher going,
my class of Gen Alpha kids is smarter than a can of tuna.
Like no one is saying even that much. And hot take, but the plural of anecdote is data. When everybody is saying the exact same thing, you know it's a problem. And this is to say nothing of all the stats that say Gen Alpha's IQ is dropping faster than Nike's shoe sales when Dan Schneider comes to town. But on the deeper side, I think Gen Alpha is actually smarter than we give them credit for. We're just letting them escape any kind of difficulty. So
I believe that what it is all right, so let's think about this. Even during my day, right? I do remember back when I was coming up, graduated class of 2000 for y'all not hip. So we learned even back then that the regular, hold on 1 second. Y'all give me 1 second. Hold on.
Golden, I'm golden, and has light is holding. Can't see, I'm vision and dream. I'm the voice when you scheme. I'm the beam.
All right, let's get back to it. I done forgot what I was going to say. That daggone phone threw me off. My bad, y'all. I had a call come in. Forgive me. I forgot what I was going to say. Let's go.
Masquerade as dumb. Like this teacher. She talks about how none of her kids will follow basic instructions. But I think the kids kind of can follow the instructions, at least somewhat. They're just weaponizing their incompetence so they can get out of doing schoolwork because the teachers will let them get away with it.
It feels like teaching an entire generation of weaponized incompetence. Because what do you mean you can't just reread the directions that I strained my voice to read out loud 3 times? It's an alternate ending to The Outsiders. You get to do whatever you want, and you were given enough information.
What? IQ. Remember the grade scale I sent you. Let's see. Jen sent me a grade scale, you guys. Let's go ahead and check this out. Let's see what we got. All right, so we got 2 grade scales. Let's
Just reread the directions that I strained.
let's take a listen.
California has made a new public school grading system that I think is absolutely crazy. An A is an 84. 64 is now a B. A 40 is now a C. You get a 20 is now a D. 44% is now a D. And in some schools, you only need a D to pass the next grade. So that means all the ass whoopings that I got, all the elaborate schemes that I made going home with bad report cards was for no reason. All of the whiteout, all of the breaking into the teachers' computers and changing their grades, all of that was for no reason. Now, it should come as no surprise when everybody is walking around California like the tall Ed from Ed, and Eddie, the dumb one. And I find that absolutely crazy because there's other countries that's teaching their kids to become absolute calculators. Busting down Albert Einstein calculations with their fingers. While on the other hand, they're making it easier for us over here to be uneducated. Fucking diabolical. Y'all let me know your thoughts on this video.
We got one more.
Hold on, wait a minute. Because 9 times out of 10, 2024 grading system, that's so y'all trying to tell me an 84 is automatically an A now, that's a win? Because shout out to my homegirl, New York Nate, but with the grades right here, I got something to say too. Well, it's an 84 an A. But when I was going to school, an 84, man, you was just, you was cool. A 64 is a B. You mean to tell me all them ass whoopers I got for getting 60, they valid now? A 44 is a C. A D is a 24. Is it, at least the F is still the same. But 40, you know how many games I got suspended for getting a C in today's world? Hold on.
Well, fact is, that's where we are today. That's where we are today. See, a D is passing. 44 is passing. See? So why learn when you can pass with little to no learning? Well, because nobody advocates jobs anymore. But you know what? Even if you are going to be, let's say, a scammer or a hustler, you got to know how to count your money. You got to know how to weigh that triple beam scale. You got to know how to do all of that. So let's just say you wanted to take it to the streets. You know how much math we had to know? You know what I'm saying? Like, how many of y'all know how many grams is in an ounce? It's 28. That's math. I learned that from selling weed. You understand? So, I mean, it goes a long way in any form of fashion of life that you can think of. I was just speaking of like the lowest of the low of it. Come on now. Let's keep on rocking out. With that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. The time right now is 9:42 a.m. East Coast Standard Time. Let's get through this because I got to be on the road by a certain time. So let's try to get on through this live right here. Let's do it.
Information, notice, and preparation. Now you can just sit down and write anything you want. Pony Boy does this. Johnny doesn't die. Whatever you want to do. And they're just sitting there like this. I can't help you. The only metaphor I could think of to try and motivate them was that every year my kids have 2 sets of grandparents. One set of grandparents just gets a blank happy birthday card and then they write love grandma. The kids don't keep those cards. The other grandparents get detailed cards and write, on the day you were born, I love you so much.
When I tell you, I'm going to say this real quick. I shit you not. It's somewhere. I got a lot of them somewhere here in the garage. When I tell you my father was so big on the type of card you got him and what you put in it. And I'm not talking about money or gift cards. I'm talking about like what you actually write. That was, I don't know why, that was bigger than the gift itself for my father. It's something about the card. He always had all these little sayings about the card and how significant it is, like an old, sensei speaking haiku. What? My man AC in the building. What's going on, Native? Don't forget that 6. 9 is a star and 8 is a +7. Yeah, See, you throwing me off, Riaz. You throwing me. I'm just, you know what I'm saying, Riaz, you throwing me off right now because I'm gonna be real with you. I'm looking at that and I'm just trying to play it off like I know.
Wait, you think I didn't think of that? Of course I thought of that.
I know that's the answer, although I don't. Let's go ahead, keep on rocking out. But this is crazy though. Again, this is the generation coming up. And so when we don't want to read to the kids no more, when we don't spend time with them in a fun but educational way, right? Like even me and my daughter, the other day, like I said, she beat my butt in golf. We was playing golf on the PlayStation. She's learning distance, right? Yards, how far you hit, everything else. Angle, wind trajectory, in correlation to the direction you want to go. Like you ever be outside, AC, I know you know about this. You be shooting hoops outside at the court, right? And it's windy. You try and shoot that free throw. If that wind blowing a little bit, if it's blowing hard enough to the left, you gotta push that ball somewhat to the opposite direction just to get it to line up and hit. Because of the wind trajectory. She's learning all of this. All of this has to do with physics, science, math, everything. Let's keep going.
My kids keep those cards. You guys are going to be the grandparents that just writes love grandma.
They're following Roderick's #1 lesson. Never be good at something you don't want to do.
Rule number 1, don't be good at something you don't want to do.
Guys, use clean rags. Now, just give me that. I'll do it myself.
Rule number 2, always lower mom and dad's expectations.
When I have to write an essay on a certain topic,
I ain't gonna lie, that's funny. Now that's funny.
I took a math test today and I'm pretty sure I flunked it.
Oh, Greg.
But I got it back and look, I got a C-.
Well, at least you didn't fail.
So teachers will be like, I'll just make it easier, or I'll do it for you.
Facts. The one thing I used to love even in school, man, like when I had the teachers, like I swear on life, to this day, anybody that went to my elementary, all of us remember Mr. Hoffman. Mr. Hoffman was one of those teachers. It was something like he taught us about dinosaurs and fossils, but he made it fun. He actually would give us things to educate us and teach us about different mineral stones and gems and everything else. Now, I'll never forget, he gave us an egg carton. And this egg, it's 12 slots in an egg carton, and each one had a different gem and a shark's tooth. I wish I still had that right now. I swear I was more responsible. I lost all them damn gems. I had some precious gems. I had some amethysts. Oh, yeah. I had a great white shark tooth. It was some dope shit in there. It was some dope shit in that egg carton, man. I missed that. What we got right here? Nah, you already know. Nah, you hip AC. When you try to shoot that ball. But I think teachers like this. They want to miseducate. Oh, they want the miseducation of America. You think so? Really? Okay. Maybe it gives them confidence for being nerds themselves. I don't know. I would say if that was the case, it's just a big agenda. It's something. It's an agenda. I don't know why they're doing it, but I do believe that they're doing something to make us more mindless. All of this has to do with the lack of cognitive, the lack of situational awareness. You see, work ethic. Honestly, we're really talking about very basic fundamentals of life. We are not talking about no rocket science. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's crazy, beloved. You smell me now? You say what? If they teach the kids to be influencers, or journalists, they'd be reading it. Exactly. But the thing is that you ain't supposed to be giving them books like that no more. You got to think everything is audio. Look, I will never, even to this very moment, I know what the smell of the pages of a fresh novel smell like when you flip through them. Yeah, come on, man. We used to smell the air that came through the pages, man. That's how much, you know what I mean? Like comic books, me, I love comics. It's still reading, but also it's still taking your mind somewhere. It's keeping you in a creative state. See, the problem is the school teachers are you and your
Is it possible this story is true? Yes, it is. You're right. It's fact.
You might be on to something, AC. You might be on to something, bruh. That's what's, and because you know something, I remember our teachers, not only did they look old, they actually act like parents. Y'all remember that one teacher that got fired because he had all his female students doing his hair? What you doing? Got my daughter doing your hair, sir. You didn't groom yourself before you left. Get your shit together before you leave the house. You on to something, my nigga. You on to something. Let's keep going. Yeah, that man. Yeah. AC just hit me with one of them.
And then the kids are reinforced in their incompetence, and they have no incentive to become smarter or to seem like they're smarter. And all of history tells us everything we're doing is a bad idea. Not that anyone knows history anymore. After the Civil War, thousands of intelligent and educated school teachers from the North came down south to educate the newly freed Black population. These educators were strict, and they held the kids to a really high standard, even though they were former slaves and had no history of education. They held them to a high standard because the teachers knew what these kids were capable of. They knew that they could totally turn their lives around and transform them into these great thinkers and competent workers. And the results were marvelous. You had a whole new generation of Black leaders and Black thinkers that came from specifically this initiative. Almost every major Black leader that you know the name of today from the 19th century was a product of this kind of education. George Washington Carver, Ida B. Wells, Booker T. Washington. W.E.B. Du Bois called it the most beautiful thing ever.
Whose mess is this? You put him on the TV. Go home! Bro, don't. Go home! Go home!
Did he say Du Bois? Sounds like a French dish. I thought it was Du Bois, but let me leave that alone. He's trying. Leave him alone, y'all. He trying.
We're done. That's high praise.
Wow.
And I can't help but think about that story happening in reverse to Gen Alpha. We're lowering standards. We're not failing kids, and we're allowing them to indulge in their very own worst tendencies to avoid thinking and to just satiate their dopamine-starved minds with iPad videos. There's a World War I movie called Blue Max, where this military commander is encouraging his daredevil pilot to do all sorts of unsafe stunts, knowing that it's probably going to get the pilot killed because the military commander found him to be a political problem. In the same way, I fear we're not leading this next generation of kids. We're almost encouraging them to be like the daredevil in Blue Max.
A balanced man. Let's go back over it again. Class. 3 aspects that makes a man balanced. I don't speak for women because I'm not one. Respectfully. Learn from the one who has no future. Protect the one who carries man. Guide the one who has no past. We're going to focus on the guide the one who has no past. Again, children always say, when I grow up, I want to be this, I want to be that. Because we're in our past. So we speak about the future. Let's keep on rocking out.
Indulge in their worst impulses. We're essentially encouraging them to not read, to not understand, and to fritter their childhoods away because it's easier for us. That way we don't have to fail them. That way we don't have to intervene. That way we don't have to really make sure they're learning. And it's of course the parents who in some ways are ultimately responsible, because when their kids don't get an A, oftentimes these parents will intervene and chastise the teacher. And when teachers get enough emails of parents upset like this, the teachers will think, what's the point of actually...
What? Hold on. My bad. I think this is. Thank you, Riaz.
Grading the kids' works honestly. Let's just give them an A. And so it seems like every kid's getting an A, and the IQ of the country slips a few points.
Emails that I've gotten from parents. Coach Phillips.
Hold on.
Chase received.
Hold on. Y'all remember I said, is it the school's fault? So we know where the teachers are flawing. Let's listen to what the parents are doing. Let's listen to what really the headspace is in the average household. This shit amazed me.
To be on his project. I reviewed it. It was clearly A-level work. What rubric are you using? And how long have you been teaching this subject? I assume this is just an oversight due to inexperience. Please correct. Chase's father. Good morning. Emma was late because it was raining and she doesn't like the rain. It really affects her mood. Please mark her present, but not late.
We walked in the rain to school. We remember going into the door and stomping our boots that came up to our knees out on that carpet in front. What are you talking about? Her mood? These are the parents. So from the school system to the parents, we are effed.
Blessings. Emma's dad. Hi. I saw that Olivia has a 72. We were hoping for at least a 90. Is there anything we can do to adjust that?
Yes. Spend more time with your children with their homework. Actually teach them outside of school. You know that whole back in the day. Hold on, wait a minute. You going outside? Did you finish your homework? Yeah, let me see it. And literally, it ain't no just state. My mother would look at a paper and then let me go outside. No, sit down. Calm down. I'm itchy. Oh, I'm itchy. Because I'm hyped. I'm trying to get out there and get this adrenaline off. I'm trying to run and just throw shit. You know what I'm saying? Sit down. Let me look at this. Okay, no. Go in there and get your pencil. Why? You spelled this word wrong. How do I spell it? She hand me the dictionary. What? Ma, how I'm supposed to look up a word I don't know how to spell? Find it. That'll take at least about 5 minutes. Don't let it be wintertime and it gets dark early. I'm trying to tell you, bruh. Like, nah. Shout out to my mother, man. She did not play with homework time. She real deal, like, I literally remember fingers and toes. You gonna figure this out.
We feel like a B better reflects her potential. Let me know what paperwork I need to fill out. Olivia's mom. Next one. Subject, group project concerns. Hi. Avery mentioned her group members didn't do their share. As you know, she naturally assumes leadership roles. Is there a way she can receive additional credit for carrying the team emotionally? Thank you for recognizing her strengths. Sincerely, proud parent. This one, actually crazy. Good afternoon. As taxpayers, we simply want to ensure our contributions are resulting in a positive academic experience for Elizabeth. Currently, she has a C. We would appreciate clarification on how our taxes align with this grade.
What?
God have mercy upon us.
Excuse me, this grade is not aligning with my tax dollars. Can you give me a refund on the tax dollars or a better grade, please?
I promise you that one parent that said, what paperwork do I need to fill out? AKA, how much do you want for me to write the check? That's wild.
I'm going to use that line for sure. You just call up Sesame Street because it's publicly funded. That episode did not align with my tax dollars. Can I have me starring in the next one, please? Thank you. This is why the number of A's given out at top colleges, let alone elementary school, has quadrupled in the last few decades. Right now, Harvard is having a whole crisis because a bunch of professors are saying we need to stop giving an A out for anyone who just brings a pencil to class. Even elite universities aren't immune to the Gen Alpha-ication of education. Princeton students can't read either. Neuroscientist Marion Wolf details in her book, Read or Come Home, that reading is actually not natural to the human mind. Rather, you become a good reader through years of sustained effort and training. Think about it. Historically, no one's been able to read. It's a very new skill on the historical timeline. In school, I think a lot of us learned the story of Sequoia, who was an American Indian who decided to teach his daughter how to read. And when he achieved it and showed the people around him, they were stunned that he could write something down on paper and she could know what he's saying just by looking at that paper rather than saying it out loud. Because reading is an accomplishment. Reading is something we have to continually do. It's not something that comes naturally to us. And we're learning that lesson in the extreme hard way right now.
Facts. Big facts. All this time, my mom could have written a letter, and just like that, grades change. How did we miss that? Because our parents actually had standards for us. Our parents actually had standards for us. Let me go in the bedroom and ask my mama, Ma, I'm trying to get on the basketball team. Okay. You practicing? Oh yeah. You know my jump shot. I got it. I mean, I basically made the team, but Ma, I need a 2.75 on my GPA. I'm saying I'm at a 185. You think you can go ahead and write something for me? Man, my mother look at me and be like,
Timepiece Frosty, that's why you only get one chance to cross me.
get your ass out this room. Matter of fact, bring me your homework. Let me look at it. She was quick with that. She was quick with that. Stop playing with me. You say what? No, it's not. No, it's not. No. Reading is not fundamental. Audio books is now the rental. There we go. That's right. You rent audio books. It's sad how I'm noticing the only time my kids, I think they really get like books from what I'm seeing outside of the ones who still got it, because there are great parents out here. So this isn't the totality, but it's enough to make a damn huge effect on how things are going to be in the future. It's enough to make that effect, right? Sometimes all it takes is one stone to cause that tsunami if it hits the earth hard enough. Think about it, right? So it's not about that. Think about how when we were coming up, when we would be like learning, we would be actually in our homework. When we do homework, what was the main thing we had to do? Problem solve. Even in math, we had problem solving. Everything is totally flipped now. Everything is flipped. So no, reading is no longer fundamental. What you do is you look at something. Everything is about more visual. Now we got to remember it's 3 forms of learning: visual, audio, and hands-on. And I don't think they're diverse in it enough to figure out which kids. They should have tests and separate the kids throughout the school. The kids that learn best hands-on, give them what it is that they can learn hands-on, but they're still learning that course, right? If the kids are audio, give them that more so and have them, they can do these things. It's just about if we want to go ahead and make these changes throughout the system.
Writes that it requires sustained attention, the ability to process abstract ideas, and working memory to read.
Let's get through this. Respect.
Look, even Yale and Harvard students are increasingly illiterate.
Some elite university professors are reporting that their students can no longer read books. But it's not entirely the students' fault. To read a book in college, it helps to have read a book in high school. Their students are overwhelmed at the thought of reading multiple books a semester. And one said his students struggle to focus on even a sonnet.
College professors are literally taking books out of the curriculum because Harvard students.
Bruh, I come from the days of your book bag was heavy as shit because of all them books. You had what? Geography, thick. All of them was about this thick. All of them. They was about this thick. Geography, math, spelling, reading, science, biology, chemistry. You know how many zippers I broke trying to... Y'all don't remember the days of sitting down with your mama with that paper bag and you make a book cover? And my mama was vicious with it too, because she know how to wrap gifts. She's that ultimate gift wrapper. Like moms, she could have that job in the mall any day she want, every year. She's vicious with it, with the bow and everything, right? That thing be clean. Man, she made me some of the best daggone book covers, and then I draw on it, do my own little, draw a Ninja Turtle or something on it. You know what I'm saying? He-Man or something like that. But I remember that. What are you talking about? They don't have books no more. No, they don't. You want to know why? Because they come home with a flat ass book bag and a tablet and a cell phone. Man, this is who's coming up behind us. This is next up to bat. This is next up to bat, y'all.
Can't read them. Like at this point, we're not even going to have to fight AI for control over human society. AI is just going to waltz through because all the most important machines will be labeled and all the humans won't be able to read them. And so our kids aren't reading, but they are spending 8 hours a day on screens for entertainment. Our attention is getting completely fragmented. We're consuming a lot of different kinds of information rather than really being able to understand one piece of information deeply. Think about how many different TikToks 8 hours of watching TikTok would entail and how you could probably remember none of them the next day. But Edmund Burke,
5 days a week, that's a 40-hour shift at a job,
warned us that to read without reflecting is like to eat without digesting. The whole point of reading something is to understand it and the context around it. And some parents get it. You know, some teachers just don't want to enforce learning in their classrooms. Look at how frustrated this mom is.
My daughter is failing. She's failing your class. Is there anything extra we can do to help her? And a lady was just like, no, like the grade is what it is. Like there's nothing I can do about it. You know, there's summer school. Just put her in summer school. Literally, she said, I don't know what you want me to do as her teacher. I'm mad. Oh!
Here she is trying to have her teacher do her job and actually teach her daughter. And the teacher's like,
yeah, I'd rather not.
Like, that's your whole thing. You're a teacher. That's like Freud asking Martin Luther King Jr. about his dreams. And Martin Luther King is like,
Mr. Seven, I had hybrid in school and college. You would have to explain that to me. I don't think we have. Do we have that term here in the States? I'm not sure. I don't know what that means. I used books and laptops together because typing helped me a lot, but I wrote too. And when I printed stuff, I cut it and I stuck it. All right. Okay. That's what she said. Rock out. Yes, rock out.
Like, I don't really want to talk about it. Sorry. That's your thing. And what's even crazier is you have some comments agreeing that the teacher shouldn't have to teach. Teachers are not at your beck and call. I had an IEP and mom literally helped me every day with work. I'm imagining if this commenter was a dermatologist, you'd go, hey, can you help with my skin cancer? She's like, I'm busy. You should ask your mom to go help you with that.
Okay, thanks. I'll just go die then.
Like teachers should be able to teach to the individual student who's having problems. But let's be honest, more often it's the teachers trying to teach and the parents getting in the way. The parents who don't care if their kids fail, the parents who don't realize what that will mean for their kids' lives. And they're just really worried about.
Does anybody still do teacher-parent conferences anymore? Do y'all even hear about it? Like, even if, say, you don't have kids or whatever, do y'all hear about, oh yeah, nah, I can't do carry out tonight. I mean, karaoke night. I got a student teacher conference. They still do that?
Hurting their kids' egos and telling their kids that they didn't pass the test. So these parents tell their teachers not to give their kids B's, and they enable their kids to not do any schoolwork, not do any homework, and the teachers are blamed for failing test scores. Like, look at these emails parents are sending to teachers.
In the email, the parent said, I know that my child is going to failure class, and I'm okay with that. And for the longest time, I've been thinking about this email, and
That's the problem right there, saying I'm okay with that. You shouldn't be. You should look at that as a problem. See, this is where the standards are shit.
stared at it. So they didn't do any homework, okay? Nothing, no homework, no classwork. They just sat there and did nothing.
Coach Phillips, Noah has been seated next to a child who hums occasionally. While I respect diverse humming styles, Noah finds this acoustically distracting. Would it be possible to relocate him to a non-humming zone? Non-humming zone? Next one. Subject, yesterday's behavior. Good afternoon. I understand Mason fell asleep in class. I'd like to provide context. He had football practice, youth group, 2 snacks, and stayed up until 1:30 a.m. thinking. Exhaustion is not defiance, it is growth. Thank you for understanding his journey. Blessings, Mom.
Wow. But look, there's some truth in the fact that parents need to teach their kids to value being able to read. I can't believe I have to say that. Because the truth is, a lot of parents are becoming apathetic. They're not even signing up for parent-teacher conferences, 15 minutes, to see if their kids are learning or not.
Parent-teacher conference is coming up. I have a total of 27 kids. I have 18 that have yet to sign up. 15 minutes of your day.
To quote the visionary George W. Bush, rarely is the question asked, is our kids learning?
Rarely is the question asked, is our children learning?
And we need to start asking, is our kids learning? Because the answer is they is not learning. But you don't know that if you don't find out at the parent-teacher conference. Gosh. There are teachers who literally have 6 students out of 24 who can even read at all. And when the teacher tries to intervene and do something to help the kids, the Kafka-esque bureaucracy of the education system, or parents not wanting their kids to learn anything, will stop them.
I have 2 kids at a kindergarten reading level. I have about 4 kids at a first grade.
Here we go. 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 Oh, gosh. Soon as Rachel gets on, Rachel just can't hold it together. Here we go. Here we go with the crying and shit.
Grade reading level. And they're telling me that I have to teach this 4th grade curriculum that these kids can't even.
Facts. Facts, facts, facts.
Is it possible this story is true? Yes, it is. You're right. It's fact.
Read. I have maybe like 6 kids that are on grade level. There is not a time period in the day now that I am allowed to have my kids read or me reading to them because they
Wait. And Jen, you know what's crazy about what you just said while I got this thought? Parent-teacher conferences were mandatory, right? But now your kid can go to school and say you were forcing them to do, and I'm not talking about like abuse. Like if your kid don't like you enough, if your kid, you know what I'm saying, chooses a certain gender or whatever, anything, like it's like they have all autonomy over our children now. I know some schools where like the parents ain't even allowed to go over and just, because I remember my moms would randomly and on my pops, dad too. Man, they'll just randomly come pop up and just stand at the door of the classroom and just look at me, wave at the teacher, how you doing? You know what I'm saying, nice and quiet, and they just stand there looking at me. And then they'll go ahead and roll out. You know what I'm saying? Look, class out. I got to go to my next class. I'm running around looking for my pops. I'm running around looking for my moms. They gone. They just wanted to let us know real quick, because my elementary school was like I was a walker. I don't know if anybody remember. You got your riders as far as like those who get picked up. You got the buses, you got walkers. I was a walker. That's why I said we walked in the rain. I was one of them kids. It was me and about 8 of us. Like, no bull, we was deep. Every morning we was deep. It was about 8, 9 of us. We just be walking, playing with each other, laughing, joking, everything else. That was some fun days, bro. I'm not gonna lie, getting up, walking to school. That was dope as shit, yo. That was dope as shit. I ain't gonna lie. I had a dope ass childhood.
Have our schedule so jam-packed and we have to do.
You went to school in a taxi? Shit. Damn, that must.
The curriculum to a T.
This is so crazy. Like, apparently the school day is filled with so many things, and not one of them is reading. Look at how this teacher explains that when she was given autonomy and able to cater to the needs of her students, they were able to read and improve reading because she could see where they're at and help them where they need to be helped. But when the principal gave a top-down approach that said, this is how you need to teach every student the same because we paid $100,000 for this new curriculum that's awful, the teacher has to ban their kids from reading novels. It's dystopian.
I was able to take my fourth graders through the entire Chronicles of Narnia, all 7 books, in addition to several other books, and they grew so much. And when I had freedom as a teacher, I could do what was best for the students. If they needed small groups, I could do that. If I needed to supplement materials, I was free to do that. But there were years where my instructional coaches and my principals came in and said, no more novels. You are not allowed to read novels with students at all. And during those years, they would make these mandates because they spent probably $100,000 on a new literacy curriculum that was always terrible. And I just had to sit and watch as my students were so sad because they could not read the books that we loved to read together.
What kind of new $100,000 new literacy program is stop reading books? I could have done that for free. Like, idiocracy is seeming more and more like a prophecy. And this teacher's like, when you don't trust teachers to teach their own kids and you force them to all teach the same way to every kid, it creates massive resentment and burnout among teachers, along with poorer learning outcomes, which is why so many teachers are quitting right now. And every time I make one of these videos, it gets worse. It's worse than I think every time. Like, I'm underselling the case. At this point, I'm surprised these kids even know their names. I'm surprised they even know how to brush their teeth, how to go to the bathroom independently.
600 teachers were interviewed, and they said the children don't know their names, how to use the bathroom independently, how to brush their teeth.
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me? And here, listen to this. This is the real Faustian bargain at the heart of our current education crisis. Educators think, oh, we need to loosen standards. We need to not fail kids. We need to not be harsh. We need to not force the kids to read when they don't want to, because that way kids will like school. That way kids will feel comfortable and safe. They won't think their teachers are mean. They're going to want to come to class. But
I said this about parents. The problem with a lot of parents nowadays is that they're too focused on trying to be their child's friend. I can be friendly, but I'm going to make it very clear that there's a line drawn between your position and mine when it comes to authority. This is the next generation coming up behind us. This is going to be our next presidents. These are going to be the people working in the grocery stores. These are going to be the people at the gas station pumps. These are going to be the people who you encounter when you go out, if they go out.
the opposite is true. As we've let the standards of the education system fall lower than the Mariana Trench, we have created a generation of kids who more than ever before absolutely hate going to school. I remember this, going to public school. Everybody was so excited if you got sick or didn't have to come or got to leave early for a dentist appointment. It takes a lot to get excited for a fucking dentist appointment. That's how bad public schools are. And the videos about kids saying this are endless.
I hate school. I hate school. I hate school. Looking at school is making me want to become a failure. I feel no drive to be here. I feel depressed.
We're on Chromebooks all day. We're barely allowed to talk. Our passing periods are so short, we literally speed walk everywhere. If suffering is your definition of strength, maybe you shouldn't be in charge of the kids who come after you.
My kids hate school. And when I say hate school, despise. And I just dropped my kids off at school and pretty much she's already texting me telling me that she's ready to come home. Like literally, they're sometimes in tears when they're going to school and I'm like, makes me feel bad.
Come get me. I'm bored. I hate this school. I don't want to be here. Everybody's mean. I don't like anybody. Nobody likes me. Every day. And I'm not exaggerating. I mean, every day. So what can I do besides keep saying, no, you have to be there? But look at...
I ain't gonna lie. This part is beyond me. I would say at max, I hated, I didn't like certain things about school. Like there were certain subjects. I'm like, oh, yeah. Seventh mod, we call them mods, right? Oh shoot, seventh mod. I got geography. I don't know why. Back in the day, geography, or certain math. Like oh gosh, here we go. But then there were other classes I'm like, nah, I shoot tech ed, you name it, like biology, home ec. They don't have that no more. Of course, art. What else? History, believe it or not geography, but history. History I was also into a lot too. I was also pretty good in my reading courses, right? The literature classes, excuse me, tongue tie. So I got my courses I know, but the main thing I hated was just simply getting up. That was my main thing. I hated getting up. I was that kid that be on the bed, eyes still closed, your mama lifting your arm up. You know what I'm saying? To put your shirt. You don't see nothing. You just feel clothes being put on you. That was me. So I just hated getting up. That's all it really was. But nah, man, I ain't gonna lie. I used to like going to school to see my friends. I used to like going to, my small group. I was never one of those in the big crowds. I never was a big crowd person. Still not, right? But I always had my square, my circle, right? I stayed in my square and had my circle. Let's keep on going.
All of my classmates' faces while we're in school right now, we all look like sweatshop workers working at a Bangladeshi Temu factory.
And what's so striking is the more strict schools, the schools that have standards that really want their kids to achieve reading competency, like in Stand and Deliver or To Sir with Love, the kids there like school. They're excited about education and learning, and even, dare I say, reading.
Reading is work, but it's rockin' awesome.
Rockin' awesome? And these kids say school is fun?
Yes.
How is it fun to learn?
They just teach us in a fun way.
So you guys look forward to going to school in the morning?
Yes.
You're interested in math and
Yes. Reading, writing.
But learning is work.
It don't matter.
Nah, I like this. I like this right here. See, this sounds like when we was coming up. We was like, that ain't nothing. Let's get it.
When school has a purpose, kids are excited about it. When school is meaningless, bureaucratic busy work because no one actually cares if you can read and they'll just pass you through to the next grade, kids rightly look around and say, what's the point? This is also why homeschooling rates are ballooning, and there was just a viral video about why homeschool kids are happier than public schoolers. And another problem is formal education shouldn't be the path for everybody. Maybe you're called to blue-collar work or entrepreneurship. The idea that everybody should graduate from college has caused college to try to accommodate everybody. Funny how that works. Instead of the people who are really interested in abstract ideas and learning and discussing them. Imagine if a butcher shop had to accommodate vegans, or the army had to accommodate narcoleptics. If higher education has to accommodate itself to the lowest common denominator of someone who doesn't want to be there at all, then education is going to get worse. And the kids who don't want to be there are going to be worse off because they're forced to be there. And the kids who do want to be there are going to be worse off because they don't get the rigor that they signed up for. So they don't get to learn as much. This is all being felt every day. Teachers who have been teaching for 30 plus years are now feeling done after 1 month with this crop of Gen Alpha kids.
I've been teaching for 34 years. I've never had it this hard. What is wrong with these kids?
Kids can't keep up with any lesson about anything.
They don't even know how to communicate to each other. They can't text. Ask middle school and high school teachers. Students are using speech to text to communicate with one another outside.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I be seeing some horrendous, like, I know we be using slang and stuff, like we'll put DA instead of the, like, duh. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, right? Abbreviations, LOL, laugh out loud, shit like that, right? I do be seeing some horrific, like when I be looking at, for example, like these like rappers and stuff, when they be beefing online, and like, you be trying to look at the text between one another. That shit's a whole nother language. And it's not Ebonics. It's something else. And I don't know what it is. And I really don't care to learn.
Side of school. And it's because they don't know how to write out the words.
So what does a society look like where no kid knows anything? And the solution is not to just double down and give kids more work. The solution is to help them achieve the work they're supposed to be achieving now. We do not need to just load them up with homework. That's not the solution. If you were to pitch the idea of school and you say kids are going to spend 7 hours in this metal box away from the real world, like they've never done in all of history, and then you told me the metal box was so incompetent at teaching that after school ends, the kids have to spend an
I agree. My nephew is over school because he is advanced and is ready to move on to the next level. We need to promote the smart kids and hold back the not smart kids. Yeah, see, they don't want to hold them back because they're trying to get their little asses up out of there. That's what it is. And I do wonder, do they still skip? Do kids still skip a grade? You remember that back in the day? I know a couple of my peers who actually skipped. We was in the same grade. One went from fourth to sixth. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Now 2 hours doing homework at home, I would tell you that metal box is failing. And you should
Yeah, nah, ain't no keeping back kids, Jane. Remember that it's called no child left behind. That's it's like a military term.
probably be in jail because kids shouldn't be in a metal box all day in the first place. And that means when kids get home from school, rather than spending time with their family or getting a job,
this weekend. Like, why do they need to have homework? And since like everything has like become so digitalized, you can't come with the dog ate the homework. Yeah, that's not gonna work. And I will literally come up with a bullshit lie. I will. Like, oh, I'm sorry, he can't turn in the 17 assignments you assigned him because we're going scuba diving, mind you. It's like snow Arctic happening in California.
and also
Oh, hell no! 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 Oh, hell no!
I haven't even mentioned that according to the US Department of Education, 10% of students face some kind of sexual misconduct from a teacher. That is unbelievable. It's way higher than like the Catholic Church. That is such a high percentage. Our education system needs to be transformed. And what's so sad is we're at the point that like the school system is so messed up and has such perverse incentives that the kids who don't care are increasingly.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a
Let's get right back to it. We almost done. Oh shoot. My bad, y'all.
What they're doing doesn't matter. The teacher is saying
Up and has such perverse incentives that the kids who don't care are increasingly the correct ones.
unpopular opinion, the high schoolers who don't give a fuck are right. What they're doing doesn't matter. The teacher is saying like consequences don't even matter. If you tell them, hey, you're going to get these consequences if you don't do this assignment, they're like, I could give a fuck. And that's how a lot of adults are right now. He said that they're telling him like, I don't want to do this assignment and it's okay that I don't want to do it. And that's the truth.
Am I like the only one that thinks that there should be an alternative for people that don't just want to spend?
I got about 25, 30 more minutes. I just wanted to kind of get through this because I actually really got to get to an appointment. So, if anybody want to come up real quick and talk about what you want to say real quick, come on up and join me real quick. If not, go ahead, keep on typing. I'm right here.
15 years in the education system and then the next 50 working. You legitimately won the cosmic lottery to even be alive. And so you go to hand in that ticket and the guy that's collecting is like, haha, enjoy slavery. Who even came up with this? People 100 years ago did not have like 80% of the jobs that we have now, and they seem to be living just fine. It's like if you don't want to do those things, you either end up like homeless or in prison. Like there's really no other way. Like they've designed it so that we don't have a choice. And I get it. Like they want to control us, but it's like, bro, come on. Can you just let us live?
When Captain James Cook arrived on the South Pacific coast, he found the indigenous population had a taboo about men and women eating together, which is where we get the word taboo. But there was no particular reason behind it that any of the indigenous population could articulate. They just know you don't eat together. So in Hawaii, when King Kamehameha II broke the taboo by having a big dinner party that was the first luau, afterwards, everyone started eating together without any real resistance because there was no reason behind the taboo. It was just a dead tradition, which is what tradition is. It's peer pressure from dead people. Similarly, it feels like everyone is like the indigenous Hawaiian population with the education system. We all know it's not working. We all know it's not teaching us real things. We don't know the reason that it exists, just like the Hawaiians didn't know the reason for the taboo. But we all just keep doing it out of some kind of dead tradition. We're propping up the corpse of the education system like a marionette. But as soon as this tradition is broken and we have a good education system, or one that at least works for the needs of students, nobody will fight to keep the current system that we already have. And I think The heart of what I'm saying was so well encapsulated by Carl Sagan many years ago. Tell me this is not like the most true quote you've ever seen in your life. And tell me how this quote is not a national emergency that's being broadcast on every television network and political debate across the country. You go talk to kindergarten kids or first grade kids. You find a class full of science enthusiasts, and they ask deep questions. What is a dream? Why do we have toes? Why is the moon round? What is the birthday of the world? Why is grass green? They just bubble right out of them. You go talk to 12th grade students, and there's none of that. They become leaden and incurious. Something terrible has happened between kindergarten and 12th grade. And that's right. We all know how curious first graders are. You give them any answer to a question, and they'll ask why a million more times. You get to 12th grade, and if you're into science, if you really want to know the secrets to the universe we all miraculously inhabit, you're labeled a nerd.
I can't even front. That's a good ass point. That just took me somewhere. They told us to skip a grade. K8, right? Oh, K through 8. I got you. K through 8 has to be tested. You know, they even merged. I didn't know they merged. I got it. I got you. They merged elementary school and what do they do? They merged elementary school and middle school together now. Because when my daughter was going to school, I didn't realize like middle school, like it's weird. Like, all right, so I remember 1 through 6, elementary, 7, 8, middle, junior high, 9 through 12, high school. It's like they meshing all that shit together now. I didn't even know that. So yeah, I got you. So let me see. They told us to skip K through 8 has to be tested. Even then, they try to keep them in elementary school because of the money per head. High school can test out of the entire grade. Good information. See, there we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Wow, how have we possibly gotten to this bleak state of affairs? You read anything from anyone ever, from like anyone who's ever had a thought, from like W.B. Du Bois to Aristotle to Thomas Aquinas to John D. Rockefeller.
Whose mess is this? You put him on the TV. Go home! Bro, don't. Go home! Go home!
Du Bois. Du Bois. Not Du Bois. We don't say Du Bois. Godly boy. We don't say Du Bois.
To Marie Antoinette, to Jean-Jacques Rousseau, and they all extol education as the greatest thing since Obama. But now, because we've had this rote, dehumanizing school system burned into our cortex every day, school has managed to achieve the impossible. They've really managed to make human beings, naturally curious human beings, the only species who has ever asked a question, human beings, who were either created by God or evolved from a miraculous primordial soup and gained consciousness from a fascinatingly immense process and universe. You've managed to make those people not want to know. I've never seen such a remarkable destruction of human spirit. A lot of us have heard about.
Me neither. I haven't either. But it is damn near. It's damn near that time for your boy. Hey, give it up for this show right here. Man, shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. So yeah, let's go ahead and kick this bad boy off. Look, this is what I want to say about this, right? What I have to say is I'm very concerned. I'm concerned about the state of the future when it comes to who it is that, because we're going to have to rely on this generation. We're going to have to rely on them. These are the very individuals that's going to be in ruling positions of life. Can you imagine somebody who don't even want to like read instructions on something having to file your paperwork for an insurance claim or something? But at the same time, 9 times out of 10, they won't get into those positions. So what will happen? Will we wound up with a shortage? Will the most prominent and the most important positions of life become almost extinct because nobody's even pursuing it? And will we then have to strictly rely on AI? And even if we do, where would that take us? It's so much to think about on this. But definitely, if you stayed to the end, you got to give yourself a round of applause. All right, so let's go ahead and kick it off with some tunes. I don't know how you feel, but a lot of times in life, now that I'm looking at stuff like this, it just makes me say, F it all. I digress. My mic is muted. Respect.
Emo che si truly fantastic type of individual, so incredible, unfettables, and I be jamming you, sir, on a regular, though. So you so slow, he broke, we talking our neck. We be too slow to learn and too quick to disrespect. Take a check, get it back. Stack up a couple racks. I run into my more block patient. Look for some help, but be still. Fuck your life, dead your time, dead your bell. I'm all about peace in my city, no, with no rain. Pity, stay to myself, but extend to my people needing help. Hell yes, Michael, this is Smitty, this is Star, but you can call me CJ. If you go around Langley Park after dark, yes, I spot light. And in case you did know, yes, my name is Mr. 7-0. Fuck your life, dead your time, dead your bell. I'm all about peace in my city, no, with no rain, with no pity. Stay to myself, but extend to my people needing help. Here's Michael, this is Smitty, this is Star, but you can call me CJ.
County Kings forever. Turn me up, son. Get money. All right. Get money. Let's go. Look, yeah. It's been a while, but I grabbed my Lone Star, yeah. It's been a while, but I grabbed my look. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Go. Let's go. Let's get it. It's been a while, but I grabbed my pen. No losers told me how to win while deep in sin. Stomach lining thin because of Seagram's gin. Plenty dead corpses all throughout Prince George's. Of course, it's be the underlord. Hell is where the source is. Killers rob and take right between a rock and a hard place. So I stay in God's face, begging over heaven's sake. If I can't live, let me die. Tears don't well up in my eyes. Which one say real men shall cry? I'ma tell you why I stay getting high. Evil pools when I push. Niggas slinging President Bush. Crackhead brain change the mush. Keep your brains up in them books. Teach you hope, say I'm a fool, but I did what you trying to do. A crying shame. Every other word that they speak is lame. They went to the fans and they changed the game. I ran to the fans and I changed the game. Sunny days instead of rain. High off life instead of cane. Nigga think shots can stop my game. With a truck to a bike, get out my lane. Jack and Paul called Mary Jane. Catching money, dodging fame. Let's get it, let's go. Catching money, dodging fame. Let's get it, let's go. Catching money, dodging fame. Let's get it, let's go. Catching money, dodging fame. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, let's go. Look.
See, we pump work like sawed-offs, go ape shit, crush all y'all. Cupcakes, you so soft, good kill shot, no handball. See me, bro, with a telescope, Louisville, a crack cantaloupes. Box you back into the rope, and your vape be sealed like envelopes. And I cheap, but no cataracts. Break teeth like a lumberjack. Pimped out, I'm so smack, go extra hard, don't hold back. Camped out, what now? Go, nigga, that's our sound. Loud pack with a funnel leaf in that bamboo, and that's uptown. And we cooped up and stay dipped out. That there be the man down. PG niggas don't play neither point gun, we spray rounds. Big shots to my whole team. Baggies in our baggy jeans. Eyes closed off endo. That there be the gal mean. Chicken chumps going ham on the low. You don't want no beef. I'm up no reg. Go get your crew. This county king, I roll one deep. Ladies wanna know what I like. I say long legs and soft cheeks. Baby girl, she said, how you want it? 2 hands but no teeth. Go. Cause we catching money, dodging fame. Let's get it, let's go. Catching money, dodging fame. Let's get it, let's go. Catching money, dodging fame. Let's get it, let's go. Catching money, dodging fame. Let's get it, let's go. Catching money, dodging fame. Let's get it, let's go. Catching money, dodging fame. Let's get it, let's go. Catching money, dodging fame. 1 2 1 2 1 2 we go. Let's get it, let's go.
On the devil, blow for blow in the rain, sleep for snow. I've been trained, ready to go, fist of fury. Shadow box in the darkness, the dark night. See the wings pine over cops, pterodactyl. This is the level of location where you elevate. Hyperbolic, supersonic boom, crystallized Metallica. In the timing, we superseded expectations, cooling in the 5th dimension. Did I mention you were birthed with energy to ward off any foe, nemesis, and enemy? This life is a gift and a curse that was sent thee. You are the chosen generation of a people that was promised glory beyond glory, from holy beyond holy. You are life, you are loved, you're the golden Cody trophy. I see your pain, struggle, and hustle, so just stick it out until 7 reach the collar, and angels wrap your vessel in bundles. So keep it going, we growing. Yes, you gotta take it, but keep it going ever.
I'm golden and has light is holding. Can't see, I'm vision and dream. I'm the voice when you scheme. I'm the beam like laser. It'll shock you like taser. My flavor is of many textures. Whoever knew I was the Lord's protector. I reside in the sector of heaven. Still I be repping. My mind is my 9 and my actions are my weapons. Still reflecting on near death. I was close to last breath, but drive around and took many steps. I still look into my crystal ball, overshadowed, but my flame burns like a Molotov. I was doubted, looked over and spat on my now. I have a legacy. My name is Rico.
I digress. My mic is muted.
My mic is muted.